with your workbook, right?
Yeah.
So let's go over that disc first. I'm just going to go in order of the folders up here. The first folder contains an Adobe Read, but this is Adobe 8. And you just click on the folder, it opens up, and you click on this red symbol here, and it just takes you through the load-in process. It's pretty straightforward and easy. That allows you to view the whole workbook on the computer screen if you want to, which is what I was doing earlier. And you notice I could enlarge the text if I wanted to, or I can reduce it if it gets too big. And that's kind of handy. You still have to write in your workbook, but maybe you're like me, you don't like wearing your glasses a whole lot. You can sit there with your laptop or your computer in front of you and you can view it in bigger font on the screen, and then you can write your answers on the workbook. And you also can page through it pretty quick. If you click over here on the pages thing, you can zip through and find the chapters you want real easily. Like there's chapter whatever.
16. 17.
3. It's a little big. If I get rid of that, it'll fill the screen better. You can also have the workbook read to you. Now it's kind of like, you know, ever watch the Jetsons, Rosie the Robot, you know? Robot, it's a computer reading it to you, but it will read it to you. You go to View. Now you would think if you want to hear something, they'd have a little thing up there that says ears or audio, right? You know, but they don't. So you go to View, which has more to do with your eyes than your ears, I guess. And then you go to Read Out Loud, and then read this page only is usually what and it will read the page to you through your speakers. Or
complete the following sentences with words that are familiar to you and that make sense in each sentence. You may write more than one word choice for each blank space. Do not look at or study the new words yet. Answers will vary and your instructor will discuss them with you.
Okay, and you can stop it, you can pause it. If you learn the keyboard shortcuts, you don't have to keep clicking up there and having that thing come down in front of you. But that's how it works, and it's, like I said, it's computerized. But it might be helpful, because it's about 95% accurate in the pronunciation of the words. And if you have trouble pronouncing words other than, or in addition to the new words, that could be a helpful tool to have and know about. Then it'll go through the whole chapter, read everything to you. Unfortunately, it reads a little fast. There's a better system than that, but it doesn't work with the books because it works with only straight text. If you have just straight text that you want read to, you can load in this program right here, the arrow's pointing to Read Please. And that it has male and female voices, it has Caucasian and African American robots, you know, it's a little bit different. You can adjust the speed in which it's reading to you. But it only reads straight text, like Word files, that don't have pictures, charts, graphs, maps, and all that kind of stuff in them. So keep that in mind. Now the next one is the audio practice test. And this actually has a real human being reading the words. In fact, that human being standing up here. So it's a little bit better than a robot. Maybe not much, but a little bit. Okay. So you click on it, and it'll open up.
Vocabulary and spelling skills. Chapter 1.
I can understand that.
Number 1. Absolve. Absolve.
Is that you?
Number 2. Abstain. Abstain.
Okay. You can pause it. You can drag the little thing back if you didn't hear the first word. Or you can click on stop, which takes it automatically back to the beginning. Or maybe you're playing it and you want to go forward, you can grab this little, well, I didn't go far enough, I guess. You can grab that little bar,
Building necessary.
and you can drag it forward.
7. Acclaim.
Okay? So you can have that dictate the words to you, and you can do the practice test in your book, or you can do the practice test online. And I'll show you how to get online in a little bit, and we'll do that. Okay? For now, let's go to the next thing. Now, these are study cards. There's study cards for every chapter, all the words, all the definitions. You can print them out. You don't have to write them out. Now, you can write them out if you want to. And I believe in study cards. I think study cards are a great way to go to learn things. So here would be chapter 1, 1 through 5, words. Comes up like that. It's in a template. And you can print that on regular paper and then cut it. Or you can print it on cardstock, which is a little bit thicker than regular paper, like index card thickness, and cut it. Or you can just get business card stock, and then you just fold and tear. I don't know if you've ever seen that for doing business cards, but that's what it's set up to do. So you print the words on one side, it has the word, and it has the word broken into letter groupings. And then you go back to your folder, and you find definitions for chapter 1 through 5. And there they are, and you just print those on the, you put the paper back in the printer and print those on the back side. And then you have perfect little study cards to carry around and study from. And I think that's one of the most effective ways of learning vocabulary and spelling, is to have these little study cards you can put in your pocket or your purse or whatever. Also, there's electronic study cards that I'll talk about when we get into WebCT Blackboard that you can download to your phone or your iPod or anything that holds picture files. So I'll be talking about that in a little bit. And if you do that, if you take the time to download the picture file study cards to your phone or your iPod or whatever, I'll give you 5 bonus points on every major test. All you have to do is show me you did it. Just show me your phone, you know? Show me your iPod. Okay? So, and then hopefully you'll use those. The interactive puzzles are next. You click on it, every chapter. You click on the browser, so a big blue E in this case, because Internet Explorer, if it was Netscape, it'd be an N. If it was Mozilla, it'd be a little fox, right? So you click on that, and it will open up the puzzle, hopefully. Sometimes it says it's allow block content. Okay, there's your puzzle. Same as is in the book. This is the same as what's in the book. And it says, theoretical, difficult to understand, number 1 across. What would that be? Abstract, he says. Okay, A-B-S-T-R-A-C-T. And then you can check it by clicking the check button. Nothing disappears, so it's good. Now let's say that we made a mistake. Let's say we spelled it like that, you know? We click the check button and it disappears, so we know we have that letter wrong, and we can go back and we can figure out what it is and fix it. And 1 down, sharp, intensely painful. See, you're learning them already, huh? Acute. Let's say that we misspelled that like that, you know? You click the check button, it disappears, and you know you have to fix it. So you always want to click that check button to make sure that you have spelled the words right. Because you can finish the whole puzzle, it'll say, hey, you did a good job, but it won't correct it unless you click the check button. And I think puzzles also are a good way of learning the words, because you're getting the definition and you're thinking of the word and you're having to spell it. Okay, so get rid of that. Go back. And there's a PowerPoint viewer, which if you load this in your computer, unless you load in OpenOffice, you probably won't need it. But you click on that box there, or setup, I guess, and it will tell you how to load it in and just follow the directions. And that allows you to do the PowerPoint games that are on the disk. Now, all these things on the disk you don't need the internet for, because I know some of you don't have the internet, so you don't really need to worry about that. For this part anyways. So you go in here, you go to Slideshow, and click on View Show. And you might want to write that down. Slideshow, View Show, so you remember it later, because we're going to do these in the lab. Okay, and then you click on Begin. And you have Jeopardy. You know? And so the review words, except for chapter 1, because there are no words to review, but there'll be review words in that last column from the previous chapter, and there'll be the 15 words in the current chapter here. So let's go for category 1 for 100. Absolve means what? Free from guilt, okay? And click on the answer key, free from guilt it is, and then click on the return arrow. Sorry, let's go for the 500, right? Aloof. Distant. Good. Withdrawn or distant, right? Okay, so that's the games. And that's that disc that goes with this book. Any questions?